pleasure to shoot. This is such a great gun. You folks have seen me with this pistol before. This is Springfield Armory's Ronin. This pistol is chambered in 9mm and it is an absolute pleasure to shoot. My name is Paul Carlson from Safety Solutions Academy, and today we're out here at the range living the Armory life. And today, the Armory life is all about taking this 9mm one little step forward with one big result. That's right. I've got here in this box a new Ronin pistol from Springfield Armory. We're gonna break it out and shoot it, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. What do you say we get to it? So folks, I started off this video shooting and telling you about my loving relationship with my 9mm Ronin 1911 from Springfield Armory. This is a very, very fun pistol to shoot. It, in fact, is the first 9mm 1911 I ever laid my hands on, the first 1911 in 9mm I ever shot, and I gotta tell you, I really enjoy shooting this gun. Well, I mentioned we're gonna take this up a notch. Yeah, just a little notch, just 1mm. But it's gonna have a big impact. That's right, folks. In this box right here, I've got a new 1911 Ronin, and I bet you already guessed it. With that added millimeter, that's right. We are taking this thing up to a 10mm. Still in the bag. This thing is a gorgeous looking pistol. Man, I tell you what, this pistol looks awful familiar, doesn't it? I think you can agree it'd be pretty difficult to tell these two pistols apart. Really, the biggest difference, I can see a small difference in the diameter of the barrel, and other than that, I can't really tell this 9mm from this 10mm until we close the slide, and there you can see the markings right on the barrel. This is the Ronin in 10mm. Now let me tell you a little bit about this pistol. Forget that, let's shoot this darn thing. Just like that Ronin 1911 and 9mm that I shot last winter, I've never fired a 10mm before, so I'm really excited to see exactly what this is like. Wow, so I gotta tell you, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. The round certainly has some snap to it, but it's nothing like the big recoil that I expected. I actually kind of expected it to be maybe even a painful or overwhelming recoil. Not the case at all. This is really snappy, but fun to shoot. See that my support hand is kind of drifting off the gun a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can fix that with some added pressure. We got a couple rounds left in here. Let's improve that grip and see if we can keep that hand on a little bit better. Man, I tell you what, not as scary of a cartridge as I thought it might be. I spent some time scrounging for ammunition, and thanks to my friends at Boar Armory, I didn't come up short. Take a look at the difference between the 9mm and the 10mm. Those two rounds are significantly different. Yeah, the 10mm is the big brother to the 40 Smith & Wesson. This is the round that the FBI adopted in the late 80s in an attempt to fix what they saw as a problem with an anemic 9mm cartridge at the time. My friends at Gun Mag Warehouse were kind enough to send over some extra mags so we could do some shooting. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna load up. So I want to do a quick comparison. I talked about the 9mm Ronin and how this was, you know, a 1mm step up with some big results. I want to hit that swinger downrange. I've got an Action Target PT Hostage. It's got that little swinging headshot that goes back and forth, and I've got the target set up on a little bit of a hill. The 9mm has a hard time sometimes bringing that little swinger up over the top of the hill. Let's compare the 9mm to the 10mm. Swings downhill, no problem. Here's uphill. Look at that. It only kind of goes part way. Gotta hit it to make it work, don't I? So that 9mm hardly even made that steel swinger move. Let's go ahead and put the 10mm to work and see how it does on that PT Hostage swinger from Action Target. No comparison. The thing just flies. What a fun gun to shoot. You know, I gotta ask, who is this 10mm for? And I'll tell you who would have loved this 10mm. In 2000, I spent 3 months fishing up in Alaska, traveling the roads, fishing all over the place. And most of that time, because I drove up, I had a 12-gauge shotgun slung on my back. Couldn't really carry a handgun through Canada to make that happen very easily anyways. The 12-gauge shotgun was no problem, except when I was on the river for many hours. I got really tired of lugging that gun around. I can really see a 10mm being a handy sidearm for bear, keeping yourself safe up in a place like Alaska, Montana, Wyoming, where you might want something big and stout to handle something big and stout. Really cool gun. Let's talk about some of the features of the Ronin 10mm. First of all, this is a single stack 1911. It's got an excellent trigger. The Speed 2 trigger is light, it's crisp, and it's very nice straight from the factory. We've got this hot blued forged slide. The thing is gorgeous, and it really contrasts very nicely compared to the stainless steel forged frame. It's really, this two-tone combination is really good looking. Laminated rosewood grips complete that really classic 1911 look. You've got some tactical wraps in the back, and you've got a fiber optic front sight up at the top. This thing is so bright, especially on a sunny day like today. The safety located here on the left side of the pistol is nice and crisp, but it isn't difficult to work at all and makes a great spot to rest your thumb while you're shooting. I really like how this pistol shoots. Now, I mentioned that this would be a great gun for somebody that needs to head into places where big critters can do bad things to people. And if that's the case, I'm probably not going to be carrying this MagTech 180 grain. Nope, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more stout, something made to penetrate deep and do good stuff when it gets there. What I would pick? Yep, I would pick this stuff, Buffalo Boar ammunition. Now this is what, it's a 220 grain hard cast lead round, and it's cruising at 1,200 feet per second. This round is gonna be a stiff one, but it actually is exactly what it is that you want if you need to defend yourself against that big critter like a big brown bear. Now these rounds again are hard cast lead, and so we're probably going to see a good bit more smoke coming off of the pistol when we fire these. Alright, this is the 220 grain Buffalo Boar. Let's go ahead and send it downrange of that swinger and see how it does. Wow. There's definitely a difference in this ammo. It really snaps. This ammo really thumps, and as I explained before, there's a heck of a lot more smoke as well. That's the hard cast lead. The lubricant's burning off as they swing down that barrel at 1,200 feet per second. Man, fun to shoot, but there's no doubt this stuff is stout. Now folks, another great round for self-defense from either two-legged critters or four-legged critters is the Spear Gold Dot. These are 200 grain gold dot hollow points, and let's go ahead and put some of these into the mag. Let's run the 10mm with these and see how it is that it performs. My guess is it's going to be stellar. 100% reliability, very shootable, and they sure make that steel move. What a great little pistol. There's nothing little about it, actually. Well, folks, I gotta tell you, I am really impressed in general with Springfield Armory 1911s. Springfield Armory is known for making high quality 1911s with forged slides, forged frames, forged barrels. They're accurate, they come fit incredibly well from the factory. They are way more value than Springfield asks for them, especially when you look at all the features of a beautiful looking gun like this Ronin 10mm. Now you can pick this up for $849, that's the MSRP. And as I mentioned, that is an outstanding deal. You get the great upgraded sights, fabulous trigger, forged frame, slide, and barrel. There's nothing more you could ask for from a quality 1911. Now folks, if you are looking for something for defense from especially big critters, or maybe you're thinking like I am, what a great deer hunting pistol for a state like Ohio, nice and close in the deep woods. Yeah, head to your shop, pick up a Ronin 10mm. Meet me out at the range, and let's you and I live the armory life.